All right, guys, you're on.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. I'm here with Danee Dixon. Wait till you hear this story. I mean, the good thing is it runs around Los Logos every night of the week. So if you are bored, we're going to talk about something that you can show up for Monday through really Saturday?
Even Sundays,
Even
one Sunday
Sunday's
a
got
month.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I met you. You came up to me and you were so kind. I was just like, "Oh, come here, let me hug you. Hi, hi."
I'm cuddly like that.
Yes, and you support our show, so thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you.
Um, Pretty unique story, really. So, I was like, hey, we got to get you on the show. And I knew you had a unique story, and I wasn't really prepared for what your story is about, but I'm pretty excited to share it with you. It's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a little humdinger.
Yes. Jeff, I want you to show the very first picture because I really want to start there. So we can do it. You were a
Respiratory therapist. Yes.
therapist for 12 years in California
Yeah. Yes.
with children.
Yeah, I did specialize in children's trauma. Yeah.
For years.
Years. Yeah, it was my passion for sure.
Yes. I mean, you told me you wore a cape. And, I mean, you literally, that was it. You
Yeah.
loved life.
I did. Yeah, and I was good at it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So I can only imagine that most of you know where this is going. COVID hit
Yes.
and rocked your world.
Yeah, so there wasn't really a lot happening with children. So I decided to venture out, and after seeing what COVID was like being shown to us, I was like, hey, I want to kind of see it for myself. And if it looks like a war zone out there, and if that's what it is, then I want to be part of the war. Like I want to go do CPR in the parking lot.
Yeah, like I'm in. I want to help people.
So I signed up and I did some travel assignments and got my feet wet. And then at one of the last places that I did get a travel assignment, they actually hired me full time. And I really enjoyed the hospital. It was one of my dream places to work because of the community around and the type of stuff that they did there. And then all of a sudden the vaccines rolled out and I was like, I'm a hard no. I'm not interested. And unfortunately I was within my 90-day probation. And, there was a good chance after speaking to one of the supervisors, they were just pushing on it, even though it wasn't mandated at the time. The minute that stuff rolled out, it was really being pushed.
Yeah.
Every meeting, every, huddle, what we called huddles, it's when you get into your shift in the morning or at night, everything that they talked about. They making announcements throughout the hospital. You can, if you're not busy right now, please go out. The vaccine clinic is open. Please get your vaccines.
Complete panic.
For sure. And then it was like, hey, we might not keep you past your 90 days if you don't.
Which at this time you had just bought in a home.
Purchased a brand new home 2 weeks prior. I'd been in 2 weeks.
And really stopped your traveling nurse to be in the field, to
Yes,
be where the
absolutely.
action was,
Yeah.
which then meant you probably couldn't go back to being the travel nurse
No,
if
even
you
looking,
didn't get.
yeah, even looking at travel assignments already, they were already starting to,
be
require it to travel anymore. So I made the thoughtful choice of doing it after speaking to a couple of doctor friends and just trying to know that I'm a single income. I couldn't afford to not have a job.
Yeah.
So I did it, and within 12 hours, my life was completely altered.
12 hours after 12 years of being in the field.
Yeah, I tried to hold out. It started with headaches. The first one was really nothing. It was a second shot in January. It started out with headaches, a lot of like confusion and brain fog. I had some COVID-like symptoms, which they said was like a side effect. But the headaches never quit. And to this day, I have had 12 days without a headache since January of 2021.
And you're 4 years in now.
I'm 4 years in. So it started with tremors. Just every week there was some type of progression. Started with tremors and facial twitches, difficulty walking, grasping things. The stutter started. And then really bad brain fog. Like, so if I am in a position where I'm either like put on the spot, really nervous, or in an emergency situation, I get frustrated and I don't like realize what I'm needing to do. And when that's, saving someone's life and you have A, B, and C that needs to be done, you can't do that when someone's life is in your hands. So it started getting to the point where I was a danger to patients. So I went out on medical leave. Since then, I have tried to be the forefront of finding what the answer is for other vaccine injured, and getting treatments all over the country, and about $50,000 deep in treatments, and not a whole lot to show for it.
So you would assume that the medical field in those times, and watching nurses struggle and try to figure that out, that there's a solution, right? Of course they have a solution for what they were asking to be done. But unfortunately, that's not the case.
No, unfortunately, in the very beginning, even finding a doctor that would admit that you have a vaccine injury was like, that was just crazy. Like, that's just not going to happen. And I was very fortunate because I did have some doctors that in the very beginning that were, absolutely on all my paperwork. It is vaccine injury, severe side effect to Pfizer vaccine. But, they don't know what to do with you. I have so many different issues that they just, trying to put a Band-Aid on each one of them without trying to, you can't get to the root cause of it. They do all the testing. You're showing up positive for, different things, or having certain diagnoses, but all of it just not coming together. And it's definitely been an interesting road to go down.
Yeah. We talked earlier, and if you go onto her page, you could watch some videos, but there is a very early on video, and you were still in your work outfit, and
Yep.
you're basically, having your speech deterred, and tears just falling down your face. And it wasn't to say, don't get the shot. It was to say, I did make that choice, and this is what's happening to me.
Mm-hmm.
I did make that choice, and this is what I am finding out is happening to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it was more about your story of goosebumps, of educating people on the what could, to think maybe a little more, to take a little more thoughts.
It was really a cry out to everyone that it's not what was promised. Like, there are side effects, and working in the hospital, seeing the younger generations coming in with strokes and heart attacks, and seeing what was happening, I was crying out, number one, for help for myself, because I wanted to be heard and recognize that something's wrong with me. But I was also crying out to the community of my medical professionals, right? Saying, quit keeping your mouths shut, and like, open your eyes that there's major things happening since the rollouts of these vaccines, and we have to know how to help these people, and we have to be able to talk about this. So either we, like I said, not stop it for people that want it. If you want it, by all means, go do you. But there's repercussions. There's something that is happening with these things that we're not being told about, and once it happens, there is nobody there to help.
Yeah, you're 4 years in. One of your things says 16 different doctors.
Yeah, 16.
You've flown all over this
everywhere
country to try to find help. And you were telling me that you basically have like brain spasms in your...
So it's like having a Charlie horse in your neck, or like in your calf. I get them in my brain, but I live every day with headaches. The tremors are nonstop. There's some days where I can't hold something, like anything, in my hands. I get like where I drag one leg, I'll have like facial and head twitches and tossing my head, and my muscles will move by themselves. It's just, it's crazy. It's definitely not fun, but
mentally and physically draining.
Absolutely.
Especially to be 4 years in and really kind of still have no...
Well, and to be called, a liar or misinformation for, I tried to share my own blood work on my Facebook page, and now I'm deemed a dangerous person according to Facebook. It's rough, because I still in me burn with that desire to help people. And it's really hard when this is the day and age that we live in, where communication and sharing is social media, right? And to be still being shut up and not able to do that sometimes could be difficult.
Yes. Jeff, let's show a few of the other pictures that she's had. So I'm assuming this was probably very early on.
Actually, no, this was one of the last treatments I did. I'm in a hyperbaric chamber. I did like a little over 30 sessions of hyperbaric chamber, where you sit in there with oxygen and do that whole thing. This is called EBU. It's almost like dialysis in a way, where it's taking your blood out of one side. So you could see on the arm closest to the corner of the picture, that's the darker blood. So it's coming out there, and it goes through this machine and gets filtered. And then it has oxygen added into it. And then it goes back in the other arm.
Next one, Jeff.
That was before I got sick. That was before I got sick. I used to love to travel a lot, and that was crazy. This was me before going to Florida for treatment. One of my really close friends made some shirts and helped do a campaign to help get treatment, because, this is, unfortunately, none of this stuff is covered by insurance. And it's not a lot of like your, I don't want to say normal doctors, but your regular MDs that want to help. It's a lot of naturopath doctors, a lot of, I can't think of the word is right now, but other facilities. So it's not places that are going to be accepting insurance. So it's all cash.
So you were really driven to share your story, and you've actually been able to be pretty impactful and really help the fight against React 19.
Yeah, React 19 is an amazing organization that has been put together by another vaccine injured. Brian Drizzen is one of the forefronts of that. That's her right there. And Miss Jessica from the Pussycat Dolls. So they are now the faces of the vaccine injured, and they have put together an amazing organization that is grouped with some doctors, but it's really just a lot of speaking to the government, going to Washington, spreading awareness, giving help to the vaccine injured that need help with treatments financially, giving them a lot of places to go for answers, giving them a community, making them be heard, trying to educate people that we are real, and just fighting, and because that's pretty much all we have left right now is just to fight.
Yeah. Well, we talked a little bit about what comes with being willing to tell your story and willing to battle this battle. A lot of hate, a lot of things that you would think people would be understanding of, but it's very oppospet.
Keyboard warriors that are at an all-time high. Yeah, I mean, I've
Hardest
never been
part of it, right?
I have never been told so many times to go off myself, or that I deserved what I got, or and it's on both sides. A lot of people saying we tried to tell you what you were doing. We tried to warn you of these things, so you got what you deserved because you didn't listen. And then the whole other side of you're faking it because you're trying to spread misinformation, or it's really brutal. It is brutal what people have to say about others. Like it's a mess. People can be so cold. It's really crazy.
You have some chat in there. I'll show you guys on the screen.
My girl, tell your truth.
Yeah, thank you.
I think that's what once I started to really kind of dig into your story, it's so heartfelt. It's so heartfelt. And that only comes from really needing to be heard,
I struggled the mental health this has done, like the last 4 years, has been insane. Sorry.
No, you're okay. I can't imagine.
Give me a second.
You're fine.
But God put me on this earth to help people, which is why I worked in the hospital, especially with kids. That's the most vulnerable. But I'm not done, like maybe in that capacity of in hospital. But whether it's making people laugh because I am super unfiltered in the things. I'm so trying to be good right now, but I'm not done, and there's a reason why I'm on this path. Whether in this little small town, I know there are people here that are struggling with the same thing, and don't know that they have resources. But I'm not done. I may be done right now with treatments because I feel like I've tried everything, but I'm not done helping people or being a people's person. And so, God put me on a different path, and I just have to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, you talked about being in this small town, so you came from California.
I did. Don't judge.
Don't judge. used to come out here and visit, and you and your mom decided, we can leave that life. We can come
Yes.
here where it's a little slower and a little more enjoyable and
Yes.
affordable. And you guys bought homes together.
We did. We live right next door to each other. My best friend. So that
I
right
love
there
it.
has been worth it all. Yeah, we've been enjoying the river for 10 years every weekend coming out here and really loved it out here. We had some great friends that live here in Fort Mojave at Los Lagos, and we decided to make the trek, and we did. I love everything about this state. I love everything about this community. The values and what Arizona stands for, what I'd like to say, at least this area. And I just, it took me a little bit to settle, but I have found a family here and a support system, and the people here have just been phenomenal.
I love it. The best thing about this small town is we show up for each other.
Absolutely.
In odd ways, You got this great opportunity with Los Logos, and you do their marketing, and we always say it on the show. There is something going on every day, and we always see you running crazy in there. It's always a fun time. Let's talk a little bit about kind of what got you. What are you doing with them, and how's that kind of working?
So,
out?
I'm really good at doing stuff from my phone in bed because that's where I spent majority of my time.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends are investors or working with Los Algos because we are now a community-based or community-owned community, I guess.
There you go.
And so it started with me just taking pictures. Like I loved going around on my golf cart and taking pictures of events and posting them. And then I got with a marketing person that at the time and started helping with like, hey, I can do all your Facebook posts. Like I'd like to and make your flyers and do whatever. And slowly but surely, like I started easing more into it. It's all volunteer, and I started doing all of their marketing and coming up with different events, and it kind of is giving me something to get up out of bed every day for and look forward to, seeing the fruits of the labor, because we're a really fun community to be at. Sundays, one Sunday a month, we have line dancing. On Monday nights, we have a phenomenal.
Hold on, we got flyers.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Jeff. Okay, there
So
we
Monday
go.
nights, we have a phenomenal barbecue menu. We smoke ribs and brisket all day. And then at night, we have cornhole Mondays. And I was just told yesterday that we are the second largest cornhole tournament in the state of Arizona.
What?
So that's pretty rad. It's 100% play out. On Fat Tuesdays, it's our new menu. There's a million Taco Tuesdays around here.
You're right.
There's some amazing Mexican food out here, and we couldn't compete.
Like,
So
we're
we
gonna
started doing
switch it
something
up,
different.
huh?
So instead, we are doing more of a Creole menu. We've got the shrimp po' boys, the best gumbo you've ever had, some crab cakes. That bourbon burger is phenomenal. Oh my gosh, our chef, he's amazing.
What do we got Wednesday?
Wednesday night is my baby. Wednesday night is trivia night. I host trivia every Wednesday night. It's anywhere between 100 and 220 people.
Really?
Yeah, it's been sold out quite a few times when all the snowbirds were here. It's sponsored by Anderson Power Sports. We give away a $50 gift card to first place and $25 to second place. Plus, you get a championship belt. A trivia belt that we had made.
Out of here.
It's all general knowledge. There's 50 questions. I ask them out loud. You get with your team. You can have a team of 2 all the way up to a team of 25. It doesn't matter. And it's a blast. It is a ton of fun. Like I said, I have no filter, so.
Nobody videos that night.
No. Bunko night has turned out to be a lot of fun. It's every Thursday. Men and women welcome. We have a great time playing bunko. Friday night is karaoke night. In fact, coming up at June 14th, we will be having our second Bunker Idol. We did one last month. It was awesome. So we do karaoke every Friday at 7 o'clock. But on Bunker Idol, it's still open karaoke. But if you want to come and sign up, it's free to sign up. And then we start the contest around 8:30. Anyone who wants to be in the contest sings, and then we open karaoke back up to everyone else at the end. And winner gets $300. Second place gets $100. And then at the end of the year, we're going to have a finals, and we're going to give the big money.
What's on Saturday?
Saturdays we do live music, so you can follow us on Facebook, and I post all the time as far as what bands are going to be there. This Saturday we have a special event, so we are having the Veterans of the Valley tournament.
That's right.
So if anyone is interested in supporting our local veterans, all the money is going to be going back to our local veterans here. Wedding specials, we have weddings.
It's such a beautiful venue.
It is. It's a lot of people don't know that we're there. That's what's crazy. Or they think that we're not open to the public. We are absolutely 100% open to the public to play golf, to come into our restaurant, to have an event. It's an amazing place. There's Karaoke Idol. But yeah, this weekend is the Veterans Tournament as well. We're giving away $100,000 for a hole-in-one.
What the
$100,000. So, and not only that, but you also have a chance to win a car at a different hole-in-one. So, I mean,
Listen, this sounds like a win-win to me.
right? Additional raffle tickets are for sale the day of. Basically, it's a 160-yard shot, and if you get the hole-in-one, you're taking home $100,000. So, it seems
Look
like a
at
good time
that.
to me.
Yeah, so
there's
like
tons
we
of stuff to do.
said, there's always something to do.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty impressive because so our Rotary meets over there, so we've kind of become very acquainted with everybody.
Yes.
Again, the back room, the event room is absolutely beautiful.
And did you know that it's
then-
one of the largest in the tri-state area, not including the field house or the casinos?
That would make sense.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
and you guys just draped the walls. Like if you haven't been in there in a while, you wouldn't even recognize it.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. And then you have this gigantic window that you look out at where you could get married, the sunset and the sunrise. To die for.
No one beats it.
No.
No, I know, it's
No.
pretty amazing.
And the food is delicious. I don't know if you've ever tried the chicken wings, but let me tell you, they're not even like normal chicken wings. I don't
No.
even know what they are, but they are delicious.
Yeah, they're supersized.
Yes. Whew, man, let me tell you.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Los Algos has really given me a second chance at life. I mean, I really enjoy getting up out of bed and helping my community and seeing everybody have a good time. And plus, they're very understanding of everything that's going on. If I don't show up, I don't show up. But
I love it.
it's a great community.
Well, and they've really done a lot of work on the grass and the golf
Yes.
course and the building and the team that runs it. It's really
Yes.
switched around in the last year or so.
Absolutely, yeah. And we were also just in the magazine. We were the 23rd most improved golf course in
That's
the nation.
exciting.
So there's a lot of stuff. We have a long way to go, but we are diligently working. There's a team really working hard to see it succeed, and we want to be the best.
And you do not have to be a member. You
No.
can golf there. You can join any of the events.
We have great
you're-
breakfast, great lunch, great dinner. We're there all the time
It's
to anybody.
delicious. Yes. Well, man, I'm in awe kind of you. I'm so excited that we got to have you here today. I'm so
Thank you
excited
so
that you
much.
get to share your story.
Thank you.
Again, when you're doubting if you're alone, if mentally, physically, I can only imagine the challenges that have come with not feeling good daily.
Yes.
And having the social media world can be very heavy and very light. I'm sure you've been able to connect with a lot of people through it, but the flip side of that, as we know, is the negative people come along with the good.
But you have to look at it that way. There is always going to be negative no matter what you do, right? Whether it's the golf course, the people are going to have something bad to say, whether it's my health and what situation I'm going through. But there's a lot more good in the world than there is bad. And really, also without social media, I wouldn't have met the abundance of people that have seen my story and reached out for help, or the doctors that have seen my story and offered to try and help, I have a family of vaccine injured now that I wouldn't trade for anything. I hate that we have met in this situation, but I wouldn't trade them. They're dear friends
You're not alone.
now. No, absolutely
You're not alone. And they're not alone. And I think, it's kind of cool for you get to kind of share it today, because I'm sure people who are in similar spaces as you get told a lot like, oh, this is just it. This is just it. Maybe not having the information they need to know that it, could have come from the vaccine, and maybe we look a little deeper into that. You said earlier, I've kind of taken a break. I've kind of just accepted who I am and that this is where my body is at and this is what I'm doing. But The truth is, you never know what could happen, and as long as you share your story and people are willing to do that, you hope that people are on that flip side continuing to fight.
And I just want people really, it's okay to admit that something has been happening to you since that point. You will probably be shunned by the people that don't want to agree, but this is your body and your opportunity to try and figure out some answers. And it's okay to be curious. It's okay to have made a mistake. They just know that there is resources and there is help and people that will believe you and support you. And nobody deserves to be in that place alone.
No. And you are not alone.
I am
and
not
I'm
alone.
so glad that you're here. And I'm so glad that
Thank
you
you.
fought, the mental spaces that have probably captured a lot of your moments.
Yeah.
Like you said, you are here for a reason. Unfortunately, in this space for a reason. But you got a lot of power in you.
I'm trying. If I can't do it, if I don't have the power, I'm going to have the laughs. That's for sure. If I can't make you laugh, you're broken.
Then we don't know what to do next. Well, hey guys, thank you for showing up today.
Thank you so
for
much. I
sharing
appreciate
your
you giving me
story.
the time.
You are welcome, and thank you for watching us.
Hey,
if
of
we're ever
course.
commenting, it's usually we're responding to what you're being like. Hey guys, don't forget this. Like, yeah, good, thank you. But again, hit up Los Logos. You do not have to be a member. Let me tell you what, if you have an event there, you will love it. We've done plenty of events, and it's excellent. You cannot be bored because there's always something to do.
Always something.
Yes. And if you have questions or concerns, I'm sure that you can shoot out a message.
Yeah, and on Facebook, I have a page called Danee's Journey. Danees is how you spell my first name. Danee's Journey, and that's where you can contact me.
Yeah. So you are not alone. And I'm sure it doesn't even have to really be vaccine stuff.
No,
People
anything.
deal with a lot of things.
Yeah,
And I
people
feel
deal
like
with a
you're
lot.
there. Hey guys, thank you for showing
Thank
up.
you.
Happy Thursday. We'll see you at Los Logos, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Thanks, Danee.
Thank you.